After the latest chapter, I was casually just browsing through Twitter, and then I stumbled upon this guy that was writing all this stuff about how Gojo is still alive and how this new chapter finally proves it. He was so excited and I kind of felt bad, so I just looked at the actual thread a bit without actually thinking that I'm gonna find anything valid. But I'm not going to lie, this theory or analysis of this latest chapter just blew my mind completely and is sort of a game changer. So hear me out for a sec. Let's just start with GIGA's perspective while writing this chapter. Okay, so first and foremost, the reverse curse technique and intact head. Again, GIGA mentioned the intact head part for the second time ever since Gojo died, and hinted about Gojo through Kenny's dialogues. We need to pay attention to what Kenny said. That's why I aimed for your head. You can no longer send the reverse curse technique below your neck. GIGA also mentioned the intact head plus reincarnation keywords in his author's comments in chapter 237, referring to Yorozu randomly even though it wasn't necessary to mention it. There's a clear pattern here, if you ask me, of how GIGA is using specific keywords giving crumbs of hints about Gojo's state. Furthermore, Kenny's underwhelming reaction to Gojo losing was another giveaway for me. The fact that it was just brushed off by saying he has lost. Pay attention at the words lost here. No confirmation of death by saying he died or Sukuna killed him, but simply that Gojo lost. Kenny knows that Gojo isn't dead and simply incapacitated at the time being, which leaves him enough room to carry on with his nefarious plans. He's clever enough to not comment on it at the moment or alert Sukuna about it, simply because he's too busy with his own motives. The pattern of conveniently avoiding the acknowledgement or confirmation of Gojo's death by any of the characters and students is a plain giveaway, and this, coupled with the fact that GIGA keeps using keywords that are direct references to Gojo, such as RCT, intact head, or even reincarnation, is more than obvious to me. Moreover, the title of the chapter just blew me away. Chapter 239 has the title Baka, which means stupid, survivor. Now take it with a grain of salt, but I think the chapter title itself was a hint of Gojo's return. There was literally no need to use the word survivor here. But now you might say, but it was about Takaba. Well, no. There's actually no reason to refer to Takaba as a survivor because he didn't have a brush with death. He simply got in trouble because of curses, and us readers too are well aware of the fact that Takaba wouldn't die so easily, yet GIGA included the word survivor. It sounded like a hint to me, just like the Yorozu situation in chapter 237. It wasn't that necessary to mention Yorozu in the middle of Sukuna's fight after all that time, but still, GIGA decided to use specific words that hinted at Gojo. If you see the pattern, you will know that the author's comments have so many hints on them, and not only that, GIGA again mentioned Gojo in this chapter. He's sort of making it difficult but painfully obvious at the same time. But with that being said, Gojo will return. Before we continue, I want to remind you, if you are enjoying these videos, make sure you hit the like button because it really helps the channel grow, and also subscribe if you wish to see more of this type of content. Now let's get back to the video. To finish off, there are some Gojo and Takaba parallels. Both Takaba and Gojo are characters who have been assumed dead by their opponents, and that's Sukuna and Kenjaku respectively, yet they somehow still manage to survive. The pattern and hint is evident here. Now, Takaba reviving Gojo by cracking a joke is highly unlikely, but the mention of Gojo while explaining his curse technique was definitely interesting to see. Throughout the story, it's Gojo who is often referred to as Baka or stupid, while Takaba is only called entertainer. Plus that's more of a reason why I believe the chapter title was referencing Gojo's return, plus the added word which is survivor. Even Takaba's appearance gives me heavy foreshadowing vibes of how someone completely unexpected will catch Kenny unaware. Did you ever notice how Kenny said he knows if someone tries to leave Shinjuku because he monitors all their cursed energy output? Playing dead to escape surveillance would be the key in this scenario. Now, not going to lie, I was going to end the video here, but while editing, I found out another key component that could add to this theory, and this is getting crazy as hell. The Jujutsu Kaisen Jump Giga cover features Gojo and Kenjaku, but it's not only that, just look closer to Gojo. Not only is this the third time GIGA has shown Gojo with his white light emanating from his fingers, foreshadowing a power-up, but Gojo and Kenjaku are shown together too. It makes complete sense for Gojo to defeat Kenjaku, and it's only a matter of time. Now this video was pretty funny to make, partly because there seems to be a split in the community with how Gojo's death was handled. And I'm aware this could get some mixed feedback, but who cares? We're transparent here and we showcase all of the theories the community has to offer. Now this has been it for this video, see y'all later.